Okay, so I just wanted to demo this GitHub webhook pull request stuff that assigns karma to our Embarco members. Seb or whoever looks at this and kind of merges it back in. Obviously I can't submit the web config, but we need to add two app setting keys, one being GitHub pull request karma, so it's an integer that is the amount that will be awarded when a pull request is merged back into the core. And this secret is the secret that you set on the webhook that receives it. So this is to just authenticate that the webhook is signed with the same secret that you expect it to be, so no one can hit your API endpoint and kind of forge a JSON kind of payload to the webhook endpoint. So this is super secret, and let's just take a look on here. So I'm using nggrok to kind of proxy to my local machine, but obviously the endpoint is Embarco API, GitHub webhook, and then the method name of receive webhook, and then the secret is, this is where I set, from this example, it's just super secret. What it does is sends a SHA-1 encoded secret of the entire, so it signs the JSON payload that it sends with that secret, and there's just where in here, wrong project. In here we've just got an attribute that sits on top of the controller that just takes in one of the headers that gets sent, which is this SHA-1 encoded token or secret, and then we just verify it against our secret that we have in the app settings, and then if that's all okay, then we deserialize it to some object that we get from GitHub's own .NET library called OctaKit, and then from there we just double check that the pull request state is definitely closed and that the pull request was merged back into the repository. If so, then we try and find a single GitHub, or we try and find the member in our Embarco. Find me a member where the property on the member, which is a GitHub where we're storing the kind of user's login, is the one that kind of associated or made the pull request. So yeah, payload pull request user.login. We're just trying to find a match and find one specific user. So if it's not null, we found someone. We're then going to assign that member a role, which is the core contributor role or group. So that they'll get that badge automatically. We then go and grab the app setting to go and get the amount that we want to assign karma to. Then we increase the karma by that amount, and then we save it back down to the member so it gets persisted. There's a note here in regards to looking through some of the other source code. There's a UPowers project that seems to have some kind of state or login in terms of where the karma was assigned from, but it seems to be a database table for forum post projects, and I think the other one was wiki. I'm not entirely sure if I need to create another database table and integrate it in this way so that there's going to be a kind of archive or backlog in terms of how this karma amount was assigned to this user. If we don't need that, then obviously just increasing the value of their karma this way is obviously going to be fine, but I need to know if that's something I need to look into. If all is okay, then we just need to send obviously a 200 status code back. Enough of the quick explanation. Let's trigger one. So I have my own test repository that I'm playing around with. I can just make sure I'm still attached. Yep. And I can redeliver this, so get GitHub to push out this payload again. So just double check. So the pull request, yeah, it's definitely closed, and it got merged in. There's other stuff in here, not. So if we do need to track kind of the pull request that was put in, and with the karma, we could get the GitHub kind of pull request title or any other kind of content from that. But in the meantime, let's just keep stepping through. This, I don't know if it needs to be done with examine, but this member service, get members by property value, seems to do a SQL call to try and figure out a specific member with this value. Okay, that time it was relatively quick. Other times during local testing it's been a few seconds whilst it tries and figures that out. So we need to figure out if this is going to be okay with the amount of members that we got, or if examine needs to be introduced. Okay, so stupid me. We haven't found a member because I forgot to update it on someone. So let's quickly do that. Well, I got to remember some of the login. This says the macro's not working. I just need to remember some of the URL paths. Yep, and it's not that. And let's pick a member. Will be this one, member 85, and I presume they all got the same password. So let's click into this one. Hopefully this hasn't got the core they've got karma points of 46, and this particular member is not a core contributor member. So now that we're logged in, we can then hit member.profile, I think it is. Take off these breakpoints. So this is part of the thing where I've added to this view. Oh, go away. In regards to adding an option on this new profile edit page to add in a GitHub username. So I'm going to put in mine because that's obviously what is going to match in the JSON payload that we're going to resend. So let's save it. There is some checks in here. So if I was to sign out and create another user, or log in as another member and set Warren Buckley as the GitHub username, we get some validation back to say that it's already in use based on that same kind of in the control and based on that same kind of logic in terms of trying to find me a member based with that GitHub username. Let's just double check because I can't remember if I clicked saved or not. Okay, so that's saved. I think it's complaining with that because I'm probably updating the profile myself, so there's a bug there that I need to fix before finishing up this pull request. So if I'm hitting save and making any other changes, then I need to check that obviously this value, has it changed from last time? If it has, don't worry about doing this check. If it has changed from what was previously saved, then make a new check. Okay, so that's that member saved. Let's just double check because the GitHub property is already here. There's member 85. Just check on properties. Yeah, there we go. So let's go back to GitHub and we'll get the payload to be redelivered. And let's just jump through. Hopefully, did we find a member? Yep, so we found a matched. So we're going to assign the core contributor member group or role. We're going to get the karma to a wall, which is going to be 50. We're going to increase the karma. So let's just check in the back office. So it's 46, so 96 is obviously what it should be once you just let this finish out. So let's reload this. And we've got 96 karma, and fingers crossed, is this what now? Where is it? We are now a core contributor, so we've now got the badge, and we've now been given some karma for doing our good deed and submitting a pull request to the Embarco GitHub repository. Apart from that minor bug, in regards to editing the profile, I think that's about it. Any problems or any things that needs to get changed, let me know, and hopefully this gets accepted. Cheers, guys.